You're watching F5. We are here at AppWorld 2025 in Las Vegas. We are at the Fontainebleau, and I'm joined by Aruna from Dell. Aruna, can I get you to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm an AI specialist at Dell. I've been with Dell for the last 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Doing AI and data.
Doing AI?
AI and data, yep.
For those 10 years?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. That's very cool. As part of that, you've probably, has that always been a customer-facing type role?
Yeah, always has been.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll ask you this then, because I know we didn't kind of talk about it in this way, but how have you seen over 10 years that evolve, that conversation around AI and data? It's probably just machine learning and then turned into AI. How's that progress been for you?
Yeah, I think a lot of customers already know machine learning and they've been doing it for a long time. Mm-hmm. And data is a very important part of it, like how you actually feed the data in the right way to the models, machine learning models, by the way. Mm-hmm. And not very long after joining EMC and Dell, computer vision has become a big thing, right? In 2012, after the biggest breakthrough with the ImageNet, the whole computer vision world has evolved, and there's loads of implementations on that side, and that took over much faster than the NLP until ChatGPT changed everything, right? It reversed the whole thing. And I think now we're getting a lot of vision models as well, and it's a combination of both vision model and generative models working together. So other day I was working on defect detection, right? So normally if there is a defect, you get these images, but you can actually have a generative model along with that saying that why that defect is occurring, right? So you can combine multiple of these models, and I think they're becoming more and more intelligent, and they can automate much more than what they did earlier.
Oh, very cool. I guess if you were into the aspect of the industry back in that day, you were probably working with like the research side of things, or was it enterprise at all?
No, I think enterprise has been always adopting machine learning, right? They had machine learning all the time, but generative AI, I think it was slightly in the innovation mode. People were trying it out. Computer vision has been in production for a while now, but the generative AI stuff, ChatGPT changed everything, right? Sure. So everyone realizes that how important it is, and everyone is trying to work on things. Yeah. And in the next 2 years, I see like there's be a lot of production grade systems in this area. Yeah,
I think. Tell me if I'm wrong. I think the realization came because somebody could get an output really easily, whereas I think when you're playing with machine learning, it probably was maybe more people on the research side, so you kind of have to imagine what the end product is, whereas with the ChatGPT moment, anybody could just log in and then just have the output right at the end.
Absolutely.
Based on just a conversation. It's very easy to access.
Yeah.
Has that accelerated conversations, like now that people can imagine things a lot easier?
Oh, absolutely. So pre-ChatGPT, I used to go to the customers and say, okay, you need to think about this, right? These are the art of possible use cases, right? Mostly in the computer vision space, like I said, because generative AI was not at that stage. There were natural language processing projects even then, but not the generative AI stuff. But then it slowly, the ChatGPT moment actually changed everything because it's come to our pockets, right? Everyone whether they understand tech or not, they can understand this. Especially business leaders, right? They have so much more than the tech on their plate, and they're not really looking into how tech works. Now it's not just for the tech, everyone understands that. That's the realization moment, right? How much it can do. And it's not just about with machine learning, it was predictive analytics for sales or predictive analytics for what products would we need in the inventory or something like that. But with this one, it can touch every aspect of an organization, or I would say like it touches every person thing on planet Earth, and that's going from planet Earth, right? Yeah. So the amount of use cases or the amount of productivity gains we get from this is immense, and that's the moment when everyone realized.
I bet every conversation you have with somebody can go in any direction at that point then, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Is that what you're finding?
Yes, it can go in any direction, right? So, and I think that's one of the challenges too right now, right? In the panel, I was talking about how people are not easily going into production. It's because there are too many important things, right? Every department in an organization has some use cases with them. Right? Marketing has, sales, and every organization, like sub-organization has it.
Yeah.
And then how do we bring these all together? The AI leaders are new to this role as well. They're evolving, all of us are evolving together. So for them, really focusing on what's the problem to solve. As I said, pre-ChatGPT, I was talking about the art of possible use cases. Now the use cases have become like chatbot is a use case, content generation is a use case, but what are the problems it's solving and how does it actually relate to organization strategy, right? If you pick an organization strategy, for example, if they say like I want to improve customer experience, jot down the whole customer journey, right from onboarding to the exit, and then where exactly are the bottlenecks? What is the problem I want to solve? Don't confuse use cases with problems. Pick the best problem you have to solve in your organization rather than having like hundreds of these POCs.
That is a great way to look at it. I think, to your point, a lot of people kind of jump towards the end use case and think that, hey, maybe it's one of those cases where I only have a hammer, so everything is a nail, or
Absolutely.
however that one goes.
Yeah.
But to your point, encouraging people, is that part of what your conversations are, getting people to really think openly about things?
Absolutely, that's one of the most important ones to get that conversation going. Another thing is like, I'm not saying use cases are bad, right? Use cases are good. Within Dell, we had like many thousands of use cases, like few thousands of use cases, and what Dell has done is it actually put them into buckets of each use case, right? So chatbot might be useful in multiple things, so content generation might be useful in multiple things. So there's a percentage of use cases in each bucket, like I think there are about 9 buckets, all the use cases fell into.
Gotcha.
But when you're starting off, always start with a problem, not with a use case again, right? What is the problem you're solving? If I say like I just want to have a chatbot for customer service, which part of customer service I want to use it for?
Yep.
Right? So there's a question. So if you say like the first screening is the problem, right? I have too many people making mistakes, like human mistakes or like communication is a problem. That's where you need to deploy, right? Start with the problem, organization's problem. And the other thing I see is people talking about the AI strategy. Right? I want to build an AI strategy. I want to build a data strategy. They're very important, but I would say like when starting off with your AI journey, think about your organization strategy. It's already there. What's important for you? Start there, and it'll evolve into other things.
Great way to look at it. If folks want to get in touch with you for a conversation or otherwise, how would they get a hold of you?
You can reach out to me on LinkedIn, or reach out to you, and you can bring them to me.
I'll hook you up. Awesome,
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you very
you.
much for your time and coming to check out AppWorld.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Pleasure to be here.